I'm Scott Allen Miller. This is Sheepguarding Llama. It is the 8th of April, 2021, Thursday. Welcome to the show and my rapid catch-up for the weekend. I'm so sorry I have to do all these videos from the car. When else can I do them? Holy cow, I thought I was maybe going to get some time to do them when I was in Atlanta, but that was completely not true. I didn't get time to do anything while I was in Atlanta. That was partially because I was sick part of the time. Anyway, I feel like we just have so much going on these days that there's so little ability to get caught up. And it's weird. You'd think COVID would have made everything easier to keep caught up. Mostly it just made the news that we're able to give you more boring. I don't know. Anyway, speaking of COVID, our vaccines, our second round of vaccinations, we got the Pfizer. We are getting in the afternoon on the 16th. Yes, so that should be Friday. Anyway, next Friday. A week from tomorrow, Dominic and I are getting ours. Paul gets his earlier in the day, I think. Somehow we got split up. But so we're getting our second round. That means that basically at the end of April, we will be at our full level of coverage, both shots and the time for it to take effect. So that's a big deal. We really wanted to have that before we were able to fly back to Nicaragua. Paul is going to be going a little bit before his second shot has completely taken effect, but at least he'll have the shot, so he'll be in Nicaragua and go through his, incubation period, whatever it is, down there. But for the rest of us, we'll do it then. And today, obviously all the work stuff, busy, blah, blah, blah. As far as the hotel goes, we did manage to have a call tonight with the current owner of the hotel and ran through some stuff about the hotel to make sure we're all on the same page. And he thinks we're crazy for trying to manage the hotel ourselves, as we are not native Spanish speakers. But since we have a native Spanish speaker joining us to help out, he's like, well, yeah, okay, that'll be all right. He did say that we can take over the manager's room pretty quickly, but we'll probably put Wilson in there. Paul and I decided that, so we learned from the owner tonight that the hotel is actually quite busy. We had no idea. We thought the hotel got a few guests now and then, and that we would maybe want to keep it open as long as we could until we do construction, then just shut it down, that it wouldn't be a big deal. We thought it was mostly backpackers using the place, and there just wasn't that much traffic. We were completely wrong. The hotel is almost exclusively used by Nicaraguans, and it is full every weekend. Every weekend, all the time. And it gets used during the week regularly. So it's a busy hotel. And the restaurant is very busy. And we're going to get some of the actual numbers over the weekend, but it's many, many times busier than we were thinking, and brings in actual profits, which we had no idea. We thought we were buying initially a hotel that was losing something. Then we heard it was making a little bit something, and we were like, ooh, it might be making several $100s, but it's way, way better than we had in any way imagined, even during COVID. And they're in complete market collapse for tourism in Nicaragua, and it's still doing great. Who knew? So awesome, but it means we have to really think about what we're doing now, because we can't close the hotel. It's busy. It's a thriving business. So Paul and I think we're going to have to rent a house down there to use while we add on to the hotel. So he's going to try to get one right away, so that he doesn't have to take up space in the hotel while he's managing, especially just with the whole takeover. We don't want to surprise the staff with, hey, we're the new owners. They don't know that we've purchased it yet, and they won't for a week or two. It'll be good that Paul's there and they get to meet him, and the whole transition is us running the hotel. So there should be a lot of comfort that we're not there to close it down or anything, because we don't want them to feel like we're possibly shutting it down and that they should look for other jobs, because we want to keep it open. We want to keep everybody working, and it's apparently doing really well. The reviews are great. Everybody loves the hotel, and the kind of things that people complain about aren't staff problems, right? It's like, well, there's no one that speaks English. Well, we'll fix that pretty quickly. Now the complaint will be, but the people don't speak Spanish. And there's some complaints because there's no air conditioning, but we plan to start putting in air conditioning. Things like that. Things that they just come with the territory, and we'll be able to fix. But overall, the place is really highly ranked. It gets great reviews and apparently makes good money. So really big deal. And it's on Booking. It's on Airbnb. It's got its own website. I think it's listed somewhere else too, but I can't remember what we've seen. But I know it's on several sites. Like, we can go look up information about it. And it's like, make a reservation right now. But so we talked to him and got some of the history, got some of the information about neighbors, ran the whole plan past him. He's going to try to get there about the same time that Paul gets there so that he can personally handle a bunch of the handover. The existing manager will be there for 1 to 2 weeks while Paul's there to train him as well, but only speaks Spanish, so could be a little bit challenging. That's it. So there's a lot going on, but things are in motion. We are now at, I want to say, 11 days until Paul gets there. And yeah, so we're on full hotel planning. We're spending a lot of our, same things every day, right? We pack, we work on the house. I play video games with the girls late at night. I've been working on writing. Work at the office is really busy. We have people who've been in the hospital for weeks with COVID. We have people who've been out for months because of maternity leave with medical issues. It's been rough from really rough for them, but rough from a staffing standpoint, just because so many people are out, things going on make it really tough. But and we've had to hire new people, so lots of training going on. It's just very busy. It's an interesting time in our lives. But beyond that, any downtime we're getting, we're really just looking at videos of the hotel, videos of the neighborhood. Oh, you can see if as you go by, look at all the people taking their pictures with the flowers. It's the Texas bluebells. It's the thing to do. Go out and take your picture with the flowers. I thought about doing that as I drove by some of these places, that I could go do my vlogging while laying in a field of blue flowers, because they're on the side of the road everywhere. It's like the state pastime every spring. And it's gorgeous, right? They're everywhere. All the medians and stuff have these blue flowers. It's pretty cool. Oh, so we've been looking at a lot of, because the hotel does not have a pool, so part of our planning is that we want to put in a pool pretty much right away, because we promised the girls that we were going to find a way to get them a pool. We've looked into buying property around the hotel, whether to the side or behind it. It doesn't have to be like oceanfront, just some space that we could use really close. And so far we haven't found anything that we can get, because everything's in use by other businesses. But that probably means we have to put a pool at the hotel. It's not a lot of space, so we're trying to figure out how to do a small space pool. But it would help the hotel quite a bit, because just having that point of interest would make it a lot more of a draw for potential customers. Because in Nicaragua, people don't swim in the ocean. It's just not a thing. They're like, ew, ocean water, it's dirty and dangerous. And they're right. I don't swim in the ocean either. I don't know why people could go in there. I love the beach, but I don't want to go in the ocean. Maybe put my feet in, and they'll do that. But like, people don't generally swim in the ocean. It's just not culturally a thing. But they like to go swimming. So having a pool is a big draw. Having the ocean, not so much. So that's probably good. We're looking at a lot of designs. We have to do a lot of work with the hotel. But now we know that the rooms we thought we had to replace right away, because we thought they probably weren't very popular, are actually booked all the time. So we have to rethink some things. But our current plan, if all goes well, because our contractor has looked at the hotel, and they're pretty sure that it will support another floor. And so what we want to do is actually construct a third floor on the hotel and make that our private house, so that we're not in any way taking away from the current hotel, and able to keep it operating just as it is. And if at all possible, if the manager's room doesn't end up getting used in the future, converting that to another hotel room, because apparently there's a demand for more rooms, and it's actually a pretty good sized room that I think will be able to be a pretty big draw from a booking perspective. So I have a car in the road and I have to get out of the way. So we're going to hold on here for a minute, and I'm going to go to get around and come back. All right. Just making making sure they're okay. Just a car pulled over and then another car blocking it to make sure they don't get hit, but they're kind of in the road. If we can convert that room, it's actually a good sized room. That one we think already has air conditioning. It's the only one, but it doesn't have a sea view. But it's potentially a bit of an addition to the hotel. So we'd like to be able to do that. So if everything goes to plan, we will be able to have not a big house, but our own private space on the 3rd floor, completely private, the whole floor, just us, which will be great, right? With lots of breezes, so we don't need a lot of air conditioning, but we'll put in air conditioning with ocean views. And because the hotel has a restaurant and lots of space and the beach and everything, we really need only the tiniest amount of like living room, and we don't need very much common space. We really just need bedrooms for the most part and some room for the dogs, because we don't need like a dining room. We don't need space for any of those things. We're going to eat in the hotel restaurant all the time. That stuff's really cool. Like, we're super excited about having our own restaurant in our house. That is a neat thing. And I know lots of people who own restaurants live above it. This is a little bit different though. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's like get to have a real house and have a really busy restaurant in it with a good sized menu. Right now the menu's pretty limited. Hamburgers, chicken burgers, fish sticks, chicken fingers, lots of rock lobster, shrimp, stuff like that. There's some different seafood, but it's all pretty basic. We're hoping to expand that a bit, and we're hoping to make the whole restaurant thing a lot more interesting and big. But we have to be really careful because it's a working restaurant right now that's doing a good job bringing in a lot of money. So, we're really gonna have to study those things and make changes incrementally to make sure we don't disrupt what's working, which is obviously a huge positive. But it's a lot of work that we had not been counting on. We were thinking we were just stepping in and it being really easy because it wasn't making very much money. It wasn't very busy. And all we had to do was, maybe improve a few things or not disrupt it too much. And really, mostly it was just for us, but that's not how it's working. So it's all very interesting. We will see. We're going to learn a lot really fast. That much is sure. So we've been watching lots of videos about the area and properties and all kinds of things. What's funny is there's a new video that just came out in the last couple weeks, and it's a show about Leon, and it's in Spanish, but I just happened to put it on, and in the show, I wasn't even paying attention. Our village, he mentioned it like kind of in the background, and I'm like, did he say our village? And all of a sudden we're watching, and we're like, that's our village. And then he flies a drone, and we're like, that's our hotel. So it's the best shot we've seen of the hotel, and we had no idea. We just stumbled on it. It was really interesting to kind of see that way, and it's like, whoa, that's our place. That's awesome. We really like it. So yeah, as you can tell, very excited, and oh my gosh, still in the car. Drive. I'm on about 6 hours of driving now, and hopefully we'll be done with this really soon. I'm almost caught up with this week of videos, but I still got to catch up with all the old ones. Oh my gosh, so much to do. Anyway, I will talk to all you guys tomorrow.